Hello, lovelies. I'm back. This is Kimberly Purpose, and welcome to my channel. I wanted to do another video, and this time I want to talk about the color white. Um, I had some viewers tell me that they wanted me to talk about why we should not be calling Caucasians white. So I want to talk about this because I believe um, that when you speak words into existence, when you say certain words, you bringing in certain frequencies. That's why it's very important to select carefully which words you speak. And my background is in psychology, and I also understand mental health and counseling. And I believe that when you start studying your history, your background, our history and our background is our American Aborigines, we start to learn more about our history and ourselves as an individual. And as I learned more, I did a video about how the labeling system took place, how did it occur and everything. And all of it stems from the slave trade. Transatlantic slave trade. And that's when it came up with this crazy human labeling system with colors. And I've done a video as to why we're not black, why we should not call ourselves black as American Aborigines. Personally, I don't think anybody of any African descent should be using that color because it has some negative connotation to it. I did a video about last week about the negative connotation of black and what you're speaking into the universe when you use that color. Well, the same with white. There's certain things you're speaking into the universe for Caucasians, and that needs to change. You're speaking, and I tell you that when you use the labeling system, you're giving affirmations. It's like a prayer, an affirmation. In psychology, we counsel our clients on how to use affirmations to speak positive energy towards themselves, to inspire them to do better. And whenever you speak the word white, you're speaking the word white into a positive energy towards that person. And you're using positive affirmation for Caucasians, Caucasoids. And I feel like what you're doing is empowering them. You're giving them your blessings that they don't deserve, especially with the evil deeds they have done for centuries against our people. And one way to end this is to end this through this mind control, this type of spellbinding. That's pretty much what it is. When you use this word, that's why they chose the word black, because it's one of the most negative, darkest, and dreariest terms that you can find. And it has a negative connotation and effect, and you speak these negative energies on yourself. And just like you speak negative energy on yourself, you're speaking positive energy towards them. And this is one group that don't deserve no positive flow of energy. And I'm going to explain this to you. I think I did a video a while back about the meaning of white and why we should not speak white towards them. Every chance we get, we should never ever call them white. Okay, because when you call them white, you're giving them more power, more energy that they don't deserve. You're giving them your blessings. I prayed on this and I prayed on this, and I'm going to go ahead and do this because Yahweh told me I need to. But let's continue. and the angels. So we need to break this negative energy that's that's placed upon us. But let's continue. This particular article is from Color Psychology. I don't think this one has an author either. I guess this is yeah, it doesn't. I believe it's anonymous. But anyway, let's start reading the article. Let's start. It says white, color, psychology, and meaning. White is the lightest color, meaning purity, innocent, and integrity. It was worn, even with antiquity, by high priests or in very important rituals. It is still imperative color in marriage process used to depict the purity of the future wife. You see what I'm saying? I wanted to tell you, white means pure, purity. And I was reading another dictionary that says white means godlike. So all you're doing is giving them more prayer. Every time you're saying white for a Caucasian, you're saying pure person. You're saying godlike person. You're saying you're giving them praises every time you say that word. You're glorifying them. You're putting them on a pedestal. And you're speaking all of this into existence. Okay? And here it says ritual. That's what the labeling system is. It's like an affirmation. It's like you're giving an affirmation to these groups of people. And it's actually a perpetual ritual that you're doing. All the stuff that they do is a ritual. And you're giving them more power upon yourself when you're constantly saying this. And like I said, this labeling system is a problem. This is the root of the problem. It's all in our head. It's all in spirituality and how we think. If you change the way you think, you can put a stop to this. You know, it's you can bring it to an end, and it's that simple. Just not calling them white, no, because they got a lot of positive energy going towards them. No matter what you do. Let's continue. I'm telling you, I'm showing you why. Let's continue. It says it's considered to represent perfection, as it is the purest and most complete color. It's the color that represents new beginnings and erases any trace of past action. It is a piece of paper not written yet. It leaves the mind open and free to whatever it might create in the way. Do y'all see that? It says perfection. That's what that's what you see on the media. They put on the media all the time. Their faces on everything. And they try to brainwash you to think that gray Caucasoids are the idea of perfection. That's why they want you to continue using that color white for them. Okay? That's why they hoard the media. Okay? Don't speak it into existence. This is you giving them affirmations. They stealing your blessings because you're speaking it in existence for them. Don't do it. It says it's the purest and most complete color. Like they're godlike. See, God, this color should only be for God, for Yahweh. And they're not pure. All the evil deeds they have done, and that's the problem. You got yourself brainwashed and speaking this negative, this positive flow of energy towards them. Okay? Purest and most complete color. See? Then it says here, it represents begging and erases and traces past action. You see what I'm saying? That's why they're erasing each trace of our history, because you're speaking it into existence. Start speaking it into existence. That's why our history is getting erased. You're giving them the power to erase who you are, Aborigine brother and sisters. That's what you're doing when you speak and say the word white. Do not call them white. Don't even give them that power. Words are very powerful. You're giving it to them. And we don't realize that the power is within us. And the way we think, it's in our mind, it's in our head. It's spiritual. This is spiritual warfare. I mean, all this stuff is ritualistic. Okay? They want you to say all this stuff to benefit them. So no. That's why a lot of stuff, the more all of us will unite and stop saying white for them, then the less we will have all this. And that's the problem. You got them on a pedestal. And that's going to have to stop. And it says it's like a piece of paper not written yet. And see, you're giving them the power to write your history, to write your laws, to write everything. Okay? Don't speak it into the universe. Don't speak it into the universe. It leaves the mind open and free to whatever it might create in the way. See, in the way. Free, whatever might create in the way. See, when I look at this, in the way, how you notice whenever we create something, their behinds come in and take it and act like it's their own. So it's like their creation. You know how when we have our hairstyles, when we create anything, any type of technology, any type of creativity, anything that we do, they come here and steal it. Okay? Not just the styles, anything, just anything we do. They come in and put their name on it. See? You're speaking this in existence when you call them white. Don't give them that power. Ever. So that's where it's coming from. It has an equal quantity of all the colors of the spectrums. It has an equal quantity of all the colors in the spectrum. So it's like it's equal to all, even though they try to say the other colors are not. So it still contains both their positive and negative aspect. So it's like a full circle for them always. It's never a chronic cycle. Everything goes smoothly always. But probably the best feature of white is that it's impartial, independent and neutral color of everything. See, they're independent of you on your behalf, of course, on your back. Neutral. See? Let's continue. It says that each baby that is getting born will come into this world having the purest white, which will eventually be painted by a color given by his or her life experiences and choices. And it has and reflects process, creativity, and awakening. See? It is bad to use it as a cover to hide behind because it will enlarge everything, expose you even more. See? They need to be exposed. The less you give them this color, the more they will be exposed. Okay? And the less that they can hide. See, they hide behind this color. All right? And you're giving them more power than they deserve. And it says here, white suggests goodness, purity, and innocence. So every time you call each white person, you can call every time you call a Caucasian white, you're calling them good, pure, and innocent. Goodness, purity, and innocence. These folks are not good and not pure and not innocent. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a few good ones in there, but not all of them. Everybody, they're a human being. They have flaws just like everybody else. The only entity, not even a person, that should have that color is God, Yahweh, not some great caucasoid. Human beings, they're going to have flaws. Okay? And so they should not be at the top ever. Okay? Never should have been in the first place. The individual who chooses white as a favorite color seeks excellence and enlightenment in all philosophies. All right? Just as black is totally absorption, white is totally reflection. So they reflect anything that goes towards them. Okay? Visually, white gives a heightened perception of space. The negative effect of white on warm colors is to make them look and feel garish. So it's like you make them outshine everybody, be on top. See, that's what you're doing. You're giving them all your blessings by giving them this color. There's nothing positive about giving them this color. Then it says here, neutral, hygienic, cleanness, refreshing, clarity, sophistication, purity, simplicity, innocent, efficiency, hope, individualism, idealism, optimism. These are positive for this color. Negative, they don't have as many, less negatives than positives. See, they don't hardly have negatives. That was by design. It says coldness, barriers, unfriendliness, chilliness, emptiness, indecision. Effects, increased sense of sophistication and cleanness. See, you giving them all this positive flow of energy. These folks don't need this. They don't deserve it. All the evil deeds they did, you don't speak white onto them. No. See, that's what you're doing. You're giving them all sorts of blessings that they don't deserve. If anything, you need to give it to yourself. The Aborigines, we speak positive flow of energy towards ourselves. You want to use white? Use it for, just don't use it for them. Oh my gosh, all this stuff is based on rituals. It's terrible. It's brainwashing. Spell binding, in other words, like I said. We got to have control over what we speak into the universe. We just don't think about it. We just say, oh, white person. So regardless of what they do, they just get away with it. That you wonder how come when a gray cop a Caucasoid come into our neighborhood, gunning somebody down, and they don't go to jail. You're speaking pure godlike cop, pure godlike person when you're saying white. Of course they're gonna get off if you're praying for them to get off. You're speaking into the existence for them not to be punished. Okay? Anytime they do any wrong, I was looking up here at the top, any wrongdoing, it's always a clean mark for them. It's like they don't get punished. And you speaking that into existence. We don't ever get punished. Okay, every time you say a white person, every time you say white for them, you're saying we don't ever get punished. We are always pure. We are godlike. We are perfect. We always start new. We can erase history. We can erase your history. We have power over all colors. That's what you're speaking into existence. Every time you say white, you're calling this person a pure godlike person. You're giving them purity. You're giving them you speaking, I will never be punished. I will always get away with stuff. And it says it here in the definition right here. They always start anew on a fresh sheet of paper. That's telling you right there that they never get punished for anything they do wrong. Okay? Because you're speaking into the universe. You're blessing them. And these group of people do not deserve it, ever. You should never give them that color. Ever. Try to create give them another color. Something else that's not want to give them any kind of power. Okay? And this was set up by design. That's why you see that they never fail anything. Everything is always perfect for them. And this color is not indicative of who they are. They're not the color of a white sheet of paper. They're darker than that. And so it doesn't represent them at all. They just hiding under this color, just so they can reap the benefits of the words that you're speaking into existence for them. But this is so much stuff about them. Look at this. It says here, the color has the property of bringing calmness, comfort, and hope. See, you're speaking all that for them. It's an act like real medicine. See, it acts like real medicine that soothes your hurt soul and will give your life a sense of order and meaning, helping to declutter from all the negative aspects. So no matter how much negative energy they impose on everybody else, they don't receive the blunt end of it ever, because you speak it into existence. It's like a full circle. They can come in here, put drugs in your neighborhood. They can come in and put poison in your food and put poison in your water. They can come in and have done slavery for centuries. They can come in and steal people's land and identity and everything. And then when you speak this color, white, you're giving them calmness, comfort, hope. And then you're speaking medicine unto them. You're giving them soothing from hurt, so they never get hurt. And they soothing sense of order and meaning and helping declutter. So no matter how much negative energy they impose on you with this labeling system, they never get the negative aspect of it. Never. And then it will offer an inner cleansing for your thoughts and soul, being the ultimate source of pure energy. So you're giving them pure energy when you speak it into the universe. They're benefiting from these frequencies. They're benefiting from it, you guys. Let's continue. This is what is going on, you guys. It's like I said, it's much deeper than what you think. And you're wondering why. That's why they created this system. But let's continue. But too much of it can have a negative aspect of emptiness and isolation, a sterile and ignorant environment. If the majority of culture white means the beginning of life, listen to this, if the majority of cultures white means the beginning of life, and some it is used as the predominant color for funerals, especially in ones that is not considered death and at the end. See, but the finishing journey of a new one that begins immediately afterwards a person leaves the earth. It's like, so they're constantly getting. They're supposed to be a negative, but I don't see how that's a negative, because even after death, you still live. So it's like you're giving them more. No matter how low they get, they still come out shining like white into that new world of possibilities. That's why you see a person that's a caucasoid that falls and mess up the everything. You know, they can do some criminal stuff and fall to the bottom and don't go to jail and don't have to serve no time. Then they come out, they can still brush themselves off and start anew. Okay, like nothing happened. So that's what I'm talking about. But if it happens to us, they want to give us 20 and 40 years in prison. Then when we come out, you can't never get anything going. But with them, they can always come around. And that's because you're speaking into existence for them. Everybody is. It says, white is an indicator of the end cycle in your life and the beginning of new. See, beginning and new. So it's like they just getting all these benefits. You're careful enough, you can give observation that you will have an attraction towards white clothes and accessories, especially in a period where you will make significant change. You may travel to some new place, a new job, and start a new relationship and activities. I think this is sort of like superficial part. As you already knew, the color is much used in medicine cabinets, indication of clean and sterile. See, don't talk about. That's why they put that color to make it seem like they're so clean, so sterile. But they can come in and create so much dirt and filth around the world and be viruses sometimes, creating a lot of chaos and confusion and bringing diseases on folks and stuff. And especially in the past when they came over here into the Americas. They're not clean and pure and not sterile either. Not all of them. Definitely not. The majority of them not. Although it's oftentimes give patients the impression that the doctor is too cold and will never relate to them. The feeling gives by too much wit that in this case is too sober, in case if too sober and clinical. But let's continue. It says positive characteristics given by white are purity, innocence, simplicity, cleanliness, neat, open, equality, and new beginnings. See, that's what I'm saying. They always get new beginnings. No matter what wrong they do, no matter what destructive they do, there's always new beginnings for them. Because they always writing everything. And then you say if they got the pen, they got the empty sheet of paper. Because you're giving them the power with this word. Okay? Don't give it to them. The color also have a negative part, giving traits like ignorance. You know what? The ignorance is them not understanding racism. You know, they impose every and all this negativity, but they act like they don't know what it is. I don't think it's ignorance. I think they know exactly what they do. They just want to act stupid. Yeah. But anyway, there's no ignorance. But it says here ignorance. Anyway, sterility, distant, very distant. Yeah, distant in understanding reality. Boring, cold, empty, or critical. Yeah, they're very critical of others but themselves. Yeah. It's going to be a root of their demise. Doing that. Can't even see what their own wrongdoings are. If used in balanced proportions, it can be our savior from dark side in times of distress. It represents a clean future and the fact that we have a change to a better beginning. It is efficient, showing an excellent organization and sense of order. Now, y'all see what I'm talking about? We should not be calling them white. White means that you're giving them praises and glory. You're giving them positive affirmations. And that's why it looks like they always getting ahead. They always ahead. They always reap so much benefit off of everybody suffering and pain. And, you're speaking into existence. I prayed over this. And Yahweh woke me up and told me that I need to do this video. My brothers and sisters need to see this, okay? We should not be calling ourselves black, because what you're doing is you're stripping yourself of your blessings. And you should not be calling them white, because you're allowing them to take your blessings. And you're allowing them to hoard everything from you. And you're putting them on a pedestal, which they don't deserve. And that's why they want you to continue to use this labeling system, because the whole thing and the whole purpose of it is to put them on this pedestal. It's to help them out. That's why. It's a ritual. Like I said, it's an affirmation. You giving them positive affirmation while you giving yourself negative affirmation by calling yourself black. But when you say the word white for them, you're giving them positive affirmation. And I'm trying to tell you that this labeling system is really deep. It's very ritualistic. And it's very deep. That's why they want us to continue this labeling system. And it's pure psychology. It's a mind game. And that's why I say it's very important that we learn psychology and understand psychology. That's why they don't want too many of us in it. But it's psychological what they're doing. And it's spiritual. It's very spiritual. But yeah. I'm hoping I explained this to you all, because the more y'all say white, the more you giving them more blessing. The less you say white towards them, the more that it will strip them of this negative, this, this chain they trying to keep on us as Aborigines, But you got them on a pedestal. That's why. Okay. But if you don't put them on a pedestal, then hey, it'll come to an end. A lot of this stuff, foolishness, will stop. But they want this narrative to keep on going because it's been working for 400 years, for centuries, probably longer than that. That's why it's time for us to put a stop to it, because it's long overdue. That's why I told y'all about the blue moon. And I'll keep on bringing that up. Comes every 150 years. We just had a blue moon, you guys. And the blue moon says the end of a cycle. And this is one of the cycles that need to come to an end. This reign of this labeling system and putting people on top that don't deserve it, speaking it into existence. You need to empower yourself. Some people are calling themselves white. The Aborigines calling themselves white, getting this and that, instead of letting them steal your energy and your power. You're giving them your energy. This is speaking frequencies are very real. We need to realize that they're very real, and we need to understand. Use our words very carefully, and you have more power than you think you do. More power than you imagine. Just doing that one simple thing will make a huge difference. Don't let them steal your blessings. And stop putting them on a pedestal, because they're only human. Only human. Okay? We put Yahweh, you put God on top. If you want to call somebody white, you want to call the only entity that should deserve that is God. The Creator, the Most High. So you put Most High on top. And that's the problem. They're being, trying to put themselves as the Creator by calling themselves the most purest color, when they're human beings just like us and have huge flaws. And they have done a lot of EDs against us as a people. And we should never give them the color. Ever. No human should have that color. Okay? No human. They're not God. All right? But that's what I had to say. This is a lot of brainwashing here. A lot of brainwashing. And we need to open up to this and have a better understanding of this. I did a video about the color white. And that's why I choose a different color to describe them. We did not create this labeling system. It was imposed upon us and our ancestors. Our ancestors did not have this labeling system, and that's why they did so well. They were able to fight them off for over 250 years, probably 300. They really fought them off, this land. And the reason why we can't even remember our own people and worship, celebrate our own ancestors is because, this labeling system, this great supremacy that they have. And this labeling system is a perfect way to keep it going, keep the narrative going. You're constantly speaking into existence praises for them. And that's why things are working so well for them. That's why it seems like they never fail. And that's why it seems like they're stealing all our stuff and stealing from us. And we never, and they benefit off our suffering and they gain more. And that's part of the reason, is because you're speaking into the universe. You're more powerful than that. More powerful than that. You don't have to speak none of this into existence. Just don't say that word for them. Don't describe that word for them. Okay? And give yourself a better word. I say, give ourselves a better word that's more positive, indicative of who we are. And that bring positive flow of energy towards ourselves. And so we can receive our blessings that we worked hard for and earned. But anyway, if you do those simple things and realize that, it comes from the mind, from within, spiritually, it's from the within and out. It's within and out. It's within and out. It's not from out to in. It's within and out. We're always looking out, thinking, oh, everybody doing this to us. No, it's from within. You have the power to change things in the way you think. And then you speak it into the universe and you'll see a difference. That's all. You'll see a huge difference. A big difference. A major difference. So, like I said, things are a lot much deeper than you think it is. And you have the power to change things without killing each other and going crazy. You know, we didn't create this system, and it was imposed on us, and we need to change it. We have the power to do so. And we got to learn to love ourselves and value ourselves as Aborigines. And that's why I'm giving y'all this message, and I'm hoping that a lot of people will get it and they open their eyes and see what I'm talking about. All this is psychological, it's mental, it's spiritual, and that's one of the last holds they have on us. Is the psychology and the mental, and the spiritual. We got to clear our mind, breathe in and out, and tap more into our spirituality and learn more about indigenous roots, our indigenous heritage, and learning more about our ancient ancestors connected with Yahweh. That's why I'm studying Hebrew. But I can go on and on about this. I just wanted to talk to you all about this, because I was just, woken up by the angels. Thank you. And Spirit just told me that I need to say something about this. And that, it is much deeper than you think it is. More deeper. And there's some things that we can do. We got to change our mindset. We got to change the way we speak things into the universe. Words are very powerful. Very, very powerful. I told you about a Japanese doctor who had proven it as such. He did the research about the water molecules and how negative energy can give negative and bad images of, in water molecules, and positive words create beautiful images within water molecules. And, I think a study was done on plants too, negative and positive words. So, and it makes a difference in how things are done. Water molecules, going back to the research by the Japanese doctor, we're made up of water. And the water molecule experiment shows you how damaging waters can be. If you can do that to water, and you are made of 70% water or 60%, I'm not sure which one it is, but we made up a lot of water. I know that. I'm not a doctor or nurse, so but it can be damaging to the core of who you are, speaking these negative words to yourself. So I said, these people really have thought long and hard about this, and to come up with such an evil system and impose it on us as Aborigines as being the originals around the planet. So we're just gonna have to watch what we say and learn this stuff. Learn psychology, read up on, and study the words that you use, and especially the English language, or whatever language you choose. And also learn more about your indigenous roots and your indigenous tongue. And on mine, I believe is Hebrew, because I'm Cherokee and Creek, and that's what I'm learning more about. But think about these things, you guys. Think much deeper, a little beyond what is just given to you. Because we all been indoctrinated, and we're always taught to call ourselves black and then call, pale faces whites when in gray Caucasoids whites when they're not. They shouldn't have that color. This means pure and godlike, and that should be only be given to the purest entity, which is Yahweh, which is the Creator. The Most High. They're not the Most High. Definitely not. But anyway, I'm getting tired. I just want to make sure I get this video out to you all. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying, and it that touches you all and reaches you all and gives y'all a deeper understanding. I'm starting to have a better understanding. Y'all got to remember that it's from the inside out. That means if it's coming from within, that means you had the power to change the world. It's coming from within to out, and you can change things. Change your mind, change spirituality. Once you change your mind, your spirituality, everything else falls in place. It does. It does. It makes a big difference. I can feel it. Blue moon came. It's time for that change. It really is. I can feel it. I can feel it. Some people believe it's the end times, but it's major change. But please like this video, a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I am on Black Junction TV. You can join there and subscribe there. It's free. I also have a Facebook page. Please like it. I also have a community there, a group. I just started one. You're free to join. I have a Patreon, a GoFundMe, and a PayPal, as well. And yeah, I'm gonna try to put the links below. I've been forgetting to put it on there, but I try to put a link below. Try to remember to do that. But I just wanted to make sure you all got this message. Yes. Once again, till next time, peace, family, and be blessed. Bye-bye.